Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Professor Sistrunk, and I'm reaching out to the student body. Okay, students, let's talk about another lab. Remember, we got a lot of labs ahead of us. I decided to show you how many labs we got ahead of us, which you already know about, but why not? Why not look at the work that we are about to walk into? Remember, we want to break down these particular labs and make sure we understand what we're doing. The lab that I'm going to work on today is called Create a User Account. Real simple lab, shouldn't take that long, so you don't have to sit for a long time actually going through this particular lab. So let's go ahead and get it started. I'm going to go ahead and start the lab. As you can see, I have some students in here working. I'm going to go ahead and pick a time. It says 35 minutes. I'm going to give me some extra time. Probably move it up to an hour. Really don't need an hour, but I'll take it. Why not? Go ahead and hit submit. Then I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Okay, now we are in the lab. We got our topology here, saying topology. We got the content. This is the lab we're going to be working with, creating a new local user account, reviewing user account properties, and modifying local user accounts. Okay, so we got that. I have on the side, which you already know, I have on my side, my other screen, with the document saved, downloaded, saved, and then moved into Word so I can put my information on there. Okay, let's go over here. It says status, everything is good. Now we're going to walk into it. So I'm going to start this off like I would wish you would do. I'm going to go ahead and start it off the correct way. First thing I'm going to do is take a screenshot. Now, of course, I don't need this. I know you know I'm going to be able to verify that you're doing the work, but I don't need you to show me the date. I'm just doing it from start to end. Now I'm going to go ahead and open it up and type in the password. Before I type in the password, of course, I'm going to get a screenshot. And there it is. And it's showing me that it's an administrator account, CyberOps account, and nothing else is in there. So I'm going to go ahead and then I'm going to go ahead now and open it up. So now I'm going to go ahead and put in my password. Of course, this is Cisco, so we know that the password isn't something we have to worry about or be concerned about. Okay. Now, with that being said, we inside the account. So let's go ahead and do the work in here. So the first thing I'm going to do is right-click on the Start menu and go to Control Panel. There we go. Check my notes while that's coming up. Okay, so I'm in there. I'm in Control Panel. Now what I want to do is just simple. I like to open it up to have full screen. I'm going to go to User Account. Okay, there we go. I'm going to go Manage Another Account. And here we go. We got the two accounts in there. Then I'm going to go ahead and say Add a User Account. So you can see this process is easy. Now, let me give you a pro tip for those students who don't know. You see the screen down here where it says Password Hint. In the industry, we do not fill that screen in. Matter of fact, we lock that screen out because if you put a password hint in here, and as you can see, they want you to put a password hint in here. So let's say I put this password hint in here, right? I'm going to go ahead and put it in here. If I'm a hacker, you just gave me some valuable information. This is mission critical information. As a hacker, I know that I can use that to do a brute force attack. So why would I do that? People don't do it. Plain and simple. They can use this information, and even though it looks like it's innocent, password user 1, that can help me do a brute force attack. Okay, so we don't give information to hackers because we know these guys are really skilled at what they do. Don't ever think that a hacker cannot hack you. These guys are good. So don't be that person that boasts and beat your chest, because they will show you they will show you they're nothing to play with. I give them their props because they know what they're doing. And it's not that I'm a fanboy or anything like that. It's just that why poke the bear? Why do that? Don't make sense to me, but hey, some people like doing stuff like that. But if the FBI and all the alphabet characters out there don't want to mess with them, then why would you want to do it? Okay, anyway, moving right along. So that was a pro tip. Don't ever fill that in. Next. So now we had a user account, and we're going to go ahead and click finish. So that gives us 3 accounts. Of course, I'm going to do screenshots. I should have took some screenshots early, but I got to talking about the hacker stuff, but you get the point. So now that just shows the professor that you completed the document, and you click finish. Now I'm going to come right over here and go inside of that account I just created. So what I want to do is go click on here, change accounts, do a sign out, and that'll take me directly to this screen. And of course, I'm going to log back in, and here go up. Here it is, 3 accounts now. So I'm going to go ahead and take that snapshot. Okay, I'm going to transfer to the account. And once I transfer, I'm going to put that password in. If I was right, it was training 1. Let me see if I got it. If I got it. Do I got it? I think I got it. Let's see. Yep, I hit it right out the park. Okay, so now when we get here, okay, so it says open up File Explorer. Here go File Explorer right there. I'm just going to put my mouse pointer on so you can see it. I'm going to go ahead and click it. Once I click on File Explorer, it gives me this. Now, it wants me to go to C, so I'm going to go into this PC, and I'm going to drop down to local disk C. And you can see the user folder in there. Now, I got to get into the user folder, so I'm going to double click on it. Now, people, it's other ways to do this. I'm just using some of my old bad habits, so don't trip, as they say. I'm going to right click on it and go to properties. I'm going to go ahead and take a snapshot. Eventually, I'm going to stop taking the snapshots. You already know you got to take snapshots. So I'm going to stop doing it, but I just want to make sure you get into it through the first few labs, okay? Okay, now I'm going to go to security, and as you can see, this is one of them verifying moments right here where the professor needs to see the information. So just make sure you take a snapshot so the professor can see it. Okay, so you see that all of these 3 different folders had full control, and that's what they basically wanted to know. Did they have full control? Okay, so I'm going to cancel out. And the next place it wants me to do, it says, okay, locate the CyberOps user. There it is right there. And I'm going to right click on that and go to properties. And I just want to show you that this particular folder has total control. This is one of the administrator folders, and you can see that it's under control. So I can't see who got full control here. Okay, so, and it says here, and then view the security tab, close the properties. I'm going to go ahead and close it now. And try to open the folder, being the user 1 local user, where you able to access the folder and explain. So you just got to give me an explanation of what they wanted, what you were supposed to see there. Okay, so we did that. Now it says log out of user 1 and go back to the administrator. So I'm just going to come on back here, go right there, log out, give it a minute, come here and go back in. And this time I'm going to click back on administrator and go ahead and log in. Simple stuff. This is really simple. It wasn't hard at all. You see, we just created a folder. So what did we just do? We created a folder and we went to see the permissions of that folder by using the properties. Okay, so now we're on part 2. So let's go over here and take a look at this and see that we did all this. So now we want to go to part 2. And part 2 is reviewing user account properties. So it's a lot of times you would have to make sure that the person has the right permissions. Although they're not talking about permissions, they just say, let's go look into properties and let's go. But really, we use this to go look at various permissions that we give employees in the company. So what's the first thing? It wants me to click Start. I click on Start, and it wants me to go to Control Panel. I go Control Panel. This time it wants me to use the Administrative tab. It says small. I'm going to make it large. And here it is, Administrative tab. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And this wants me to go into Computer Management. Now, Computer Management is where it controls or manages all of the computers. So I'm going to double click on that and go in there and take a look at that. Give it a minute. Okay. So once we get in here, I'm going to see if I got another one because I always double click pretty fast. We only had one, so let's bring it back open. So once we get in here, you can see that we got local users and groups. This is where you can actually go right here and create a local user and group. We didn't have to do it that way. We can actually do it here. But it wanted us to go that way because it's quicker and faster. Okay, so as you can see, we got administrative, cyber ops, default, guest. So here's another pro tip. We disable all guest accounts. We don't want guest accounts on our systems because it can be a problem, even at home, unless you have guest accounts designated for people to use computers in your home, disable them. Okay. Anyway, we here now, right? So what we doing in here? So we're going to go in here and we're going to click on user account and we're going to right click and go to properties. And when we get there, we're going to say members of. The members of is what group are you a member of? So we can see right here, the user is just a member of the user's group. I'm going to go ahead and close that. I'm going to go up here to what we call cyber ops. And I'm going to right click on there and go to properties. And I'm going to say members of. And you see that it's two individuals in there. It's the administrative group and the users group. So they members of the administrative group, members of the users groups. Okay. So that's good. I probably just told you the answer because the question will ask you that. Okay. I don't know why I did that. So with that being said, it says here, well, let's close all open windows. So we're going to close all open windows and make sure we're out of there. We got a lot of them open. Okay. Okay. All open windows are closed. Now it says we in part 3 now. So we just use that part to see where's the user group a member of. Okay. Now, why is that important? It's this reason here. When we setting up accounts for individuals, employees who work at the company. Now, if you're in IT, what happened is the IT manager sets up your account or the IT manager's assistant sets your account up. But when you working as an IT person, you set up everybody else's accounts in the organization. It depends on how big the organization is. If it's really big, multiple people do it, or they designate a certain group of people do it. And most of them people who will do it will be out of the system administrative team. That's normally who handles all accounts, the system administrative team. But it depends on what company you are in. So now, here we go. Now we're going to move in modifying local user accounts. So sometimes a person may move to another department. They may have a lateral move. They may move from the sales department to the accounting department, or accounting department to the sales department, and you have to change their privileges. But in this particular case, We just gonna modify their account. So let's go take a look at that. Okay, and let's go to the content to see what I'm talking about. We are right here now, modifying local users account, change the account type. So let's go look at that. Okay, I'm gonna take a screenshot to show I'm just kicking it off. Okay, and here we go. So first thing we're gonna do is go to the control panel again. I like right clicking because it always gonna show me the control panel. And once I get there, the next place it wants me to go to user accounts. That go to user account, click on that. And then it says manage another account. And there we go. So now it says select user account. And we in the user account, we selected it. Now it says change account type. So I'm gonna go up here to change account type. And what I'm going to do is click on administrator because I want that person to be an administrator. So they could be working with the IT team. Okay. Once I do that, I'm going to click on change the type. And that's been changed. You can see the word administrator right there where it wasn't there at first. Okay. So it says now the user account has an administrator. Administrator rights. Now that's what I've been talking about. We given these people various privileges. We call them privileges, but you hear the term rights. So sometimes you hear people say, what rights did you give them? Or you hear some people say, what privileges did you give them? They interchangeable words, okay? It just simply means, where is that person level of access to the system in the company? That's it. It's none magnificent about them. Sometimes people get rights, get more rights, some get less. Okay, so now that we have that, we're going to go to navigate to the control panel again. And this time we want to go to the administrative tools. So we're going to go back to control panel. And I could have clicked back, you know that, but I'm just following what the steps are. And then we're going to click on administrative tools. And we're just going to go back to computer management. And we're going to take a look at the rights now. So if I come to user accounts and groups, and go to user. Now when I click on here, watch what happens. I'm going to right click, go to properties, and then I'm going to click members of. They're administrative now. At first they was just in there by themselves, but they're administrative now. And that's all we did. We just moved that person and gave that person more rights. That's it. And it's going to ask you what group they belong to. So you're going to be able to tell them that. So that was it for this section. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to send it out to you real quickly so you can have it. But you're going to see me doing labs. Now, people, don't let me beat you. Right now, it's quite a few guys who have completed their work. These students are on top of their work. Kudos to those students who are far ahead in the labs and doing their work. Kudos to you. But make sure you put the labs in the right place. Don't put them all, just go and do a bunch of labs and jam them all into a section they don't belong in. If you do, I'm not going to give you credit for that. Okay, this is Professor Systrom. I'll see you in the next lab.